In today's video, we're going over the OGIO No Drag Mach 3 backpack. I've had this backpack for about 10 months and I'm gonna give you my thoughts on it. We're gonna look at reviews from the internet and decide if it's something that you might be interested in. And it starts right now. Okay, welcome to the video, guys. This is one of my favorite backpacks here. I'm looking forward to reviewing this for you. If you are new to the channel, we go over reviews of motorcycle gear. We go over motorcycle related content in general, as well as motovlogs, etc. If you like that kind of thing, go ahead and subscribe. And if you enjoy the content, please leave a like. It really helps the channel, helps me know that this is the kind of stuff you guys are looking for. So let's get right into it. I've had this backpack since about December of last year, about 10 months, give or take. And it's been a really good backpack. But before I give you my thoughts on it, let's take to the internet and see what they say. Cue the music. Not worth it. I was super excited to get this backpack. I loved the way it looked and all the features it had. I can't tell you how disappointed I am in it though. It is well constructed and survived its first riding season without any issues. Lots of nice features for a rider are a big plus. Now, for the downside, ... It is so uncomfortable that I can't even use it. I ride a sport bike, and when I wear this backpack, I can't tuck, as the backpack rides up my back as soon as I lean over. When it rides up, it pushes on my helmet, and I can't lift my chin to get a good view of the road. I tried everything to get it to work better for me, but it's hopeless. I use my cheap Walmart backpack because it actually works for me. Not a good buy, too late to return it. Okay, so that was a 2-star review from somebody on the RevZilla site. And I like to go over some kind of out there reviews whenever I do my reviews to show some of the exaggerations, what parts of that are correct, what parts of that may be misinformed buyer purchases. So with this backpack, let me go ahead and open it up. And one of the key features of this backpack that you'll notice here is that it opens up here on the inside of the backpack. You know, traditionally backpacks open up on the back. Now the reason that is good and bad, we're gonna talk about here. And before we go into that though, let's talk about what this person said on this review here. So their problem amounted to this. The backpack was too tall for the person. So I'm 5'11", and I have what I would consider an average length torso. But the backpack fits fine for me. I can go into a tuck position, not that I do that on a cruiser, but if I have, and it works just fine. It doesn't hit the helmet. But this backpack being rigid as it is, this outer shell is rigid. If you are too short for this backpack, yeah, it's going to hit your helmet and you're not going to be able to use it correctly. So how tall is it? Right at about 21 inches. So measure your back, make sure this is the right bike that fits you. Most likely if you're 5'11" or taller, it's gonna be just fine. I can't speak for those shorter, as I have not actually measured my back in particular. So let's get into what this difference here in how this hard shell design works, why it's good, why it's bad. The traditional way that you open up a backpack is over here on the back side, and because they wanted to make this a hard shell, you can't do that. What that does though for you is it's very aerodynamic, and that's the whole reason I bought this backpack here. Was the backpack I had before was just a traditional JanSport backpack that I actually still have from my grade school years, surprisingly enough. So shout out to JanSport for lasting a long time. But this backpack here fixed the problem I had with that one, which was things flapping in the wind, whether it be the actual backpack itself. If I had any loose parts of it, it wasn't just packed to the brim. Also, that one didn't hold its form very well, so it was uncomfortable if you packed it certain ways. There was lots of problems with that. And especially if you go on the highway, it was a problem. This backpack fixes that problem because it as you're sitting there on the back, it just feels so much more comfortable. It's almost like it's a part of you rather than something strapped to you when you're riding on the road. And that's what I love about this, and that's probably the best feature about this. But it also causes some issues as well. One of those issues is you don't have a whole lot of space. It's quoted as having 18.4 liters, which is a decent amount of space, but the problem is oddly formed things that they're not going to fit. So just to give you a reference, I can fit a gallon of milk in here. I like to go to the grocery store occasionally to pick up some groceries for the wife, etc. You can fit a gallon of milk. It's just about the right size to fit down in the bottom there, but you won't be able to fit anything much bigger than that, especially if it's rigid. So if you do start getting items that are a little bit bigger, normally in a typical backpack, that's going to push towards the back part, and so you'll kind of start bulging out the back of the backpack. Well, that won't happen in this backpack because of the way it's designed. It actually bulges in towards you, which makes it virtually unusable if that's the case. So you cannot overpack this backpack, and that's by design what is great about this with the hard shell, but it's also the thing that you have to give up is packing a lot of space. That's not really what this backpack is for. This backpack is designed to fit a 15-inch laptop, and I'll show you for reference here. I have a Microsoft laptop that's I believe a 13.5-ish laptop. It fits in here just fine. Let me pull that out. So here's the Microsoft laptop, fits in there, plenty of room. And go ahead and close that strap, and as you can see, I have plenty of room there for a full 15-inch if I needed. Just for reference, I have a 17-inch laptop that will not even fit outside of this pocket in this backpack. So you won't be able to fit much more than a 15-inch, probably not even anything more than 15-inch as it's designed for. Also, as you see here, it does have a few pockets. You have one larger pocket at the top, you have your laptop pocket, smaller one here, and then you have a zipper, a few places for pins, and something that you can fit, basically a calculator or something in here. What it amounts to is if you want to keep some paperwork for your motorcycle in your backpack and you want to carry a few light items, that's what this is really designed for. This is not going to carry a lot of material in here. It does have these little things here that are supposed to be designed to hold your shoes on either side. I don't personally change out shoes when I go riding, so it's not something I've ever used, but if that is something that you're needing, that would probably be useful as it holds it in a position out of the main portion of the backpack. Then you have one more pocket up here at the top. It's a very small pocket. You can see there, fits down. It'll fit basically keys, maybe a key fob for your garage door opener. It won't quite fit modern phones nowadays, but just so you know, that is there. So let's talk about the quality of the backpack. You might see in the reviews, what I found was there were some people that mentioned the low quality, either shoulder straps coming off or different things tearing, and that hasn't been my experience. You can see very little wear and tear on this. I will show you on the hard shell portion. It's not what I would call a rugged backpack, and you can see here it's been scuffed up from dropping on the ground there, and in general you will get little scuffs like that, but I don't use this heavily. I don't use this every day. I don't commute. I just use this on occasion when I go out and do my joyrides. So that being said, I think that people are overstating the quality issues on some of the bad reviews out there, but it could be that they also just got really a bad model. I've heard some people say after 4 uses they strap came off or something. I don't quite see how that would be possible unless you're just really chugging this thing, but at the same time I want to emphasize this doesn't feel to me like a rugged one, but it does feel like a quality built one. And the way that the shoulder straps are designed, the padding through here is fairly thick, and it allows it to be comfortable. And that's one thing that I really like about this, and I want to highlight. One of the positives about this is you have this bolstering here on either side and right here, and it really feels like they spent a lot of time dedicating into figuring out the comfort of this, the ergonomics of it, And when you have it on, like I said, it doesn't really feel like you have a backpack on. It feels like it's just a part of you. And the way it carries the weight towards the bottom rather than the top heavy, it just leans to be a really good, comfortable backpack for riding. In the design features, you'll notice there's lots of things mentioned about how the material is not abrasive against your tank, and that's true. So it's designed with motorcycle riders in mind. You have the sternum strap here, which I use. You also have a strap that I've taken off, which is the waist strap, but you can use that if that's something that you want. One thing that I do like is you have these little elastic straps that keep this from flapping in the wind. I've read another review where they said that just didn't work for them at all. For me, it works great. And I've had it for almost a year now, works great. You also have a helmet leash here. I've never used that. I'm not sure how useful that would be, honestly. I don't really think I'd want to carry my helmet on my backpack, but maybe that is useful to some people. One negative that I was going to bring out, but then in doing some research, I found an answer to it, is getting this backpack on and off with a solid jacket on. Like if you have a jacket with padding that's really protective for motorcycle riding, like the one that I wear, it's kind of difficult. But I found out there's this quick release right here on the left strap. It's only on the left strap, but you can do that to make it easier to get on and off. So that's a nice feature that I didn't even realize until I started researching more into this information. So that's a plus. So overall, I would say this is a really good motorcycle backpack. This is somebody that I would recommend this to, is somebody who wants to keep some small items on them, maybe a small laptop, an iPad, even both of those things together. This would fit in there, a few papers, maybe some change of clothes, some shoes, stuff like that you want to carry. Typically, what it seems like it's designed for is more commuters, which I'm not. But if you do like to carry just a small amount of items, and you want something that's really comfortable, especially at high speeds. You can go at whatever speed and you don't feel like this thing is pulling you down with the wind resistance there. This is definitely something I would recommend to you. What I would not recommend is if you need to carry any sort of large items, or if you are pretty rough with your stuff and you need something that you can just throw around and use it every single day, multiple times a day. You're taking it on and off and throwing stuff in and out of it. This may not be the best design for your needs. Overall, I would give it a 4 out of 5 would be my rating for this. If they made it more rugged and more durable, or if they were to find a way to make more space but keep all the good things about it, I would give it a higher rating. But still, it's a really good backpack. In fact, so far, it is my favorite backpack that I have yet to try, but we'll see if we can find others in the future. What do you guys think? Is this something that you've ever used before? Leave some comments down in the description, or below in the comment section, and please feel free to drop a like button if you enjoyed this review. Hope it was helpful. We'll catch you in the next one.